And moving to Dr. Ali Asgar about the use of SGLT2 inhibitor after an acute heart failure or acute myocardial infarction. What is your recommendation when to start this SGLT2 inhibitor in a patient with acute coronary syndrome or acute heart failure or any acute event, cardiac event?
So Dr. Sana, another very pertinent question and a very burning question that people and specialists are asking around the world. So somebody, when he gets an acute coronary syndrome, gets admitted in the hospital, of course, probably we don't know many things about that patient. That patient is going to go NPO, is not going to take anything, probably have an angiography, he's going to have an echocardiogram. We don't know the ejection fraction at this stage. So initially, when a patient gets admitted in the hospital with acute coronary syndrome, I think insulin treatment is the best option when the patient is in the hospital. Now, once everything has been done and the patient is now stabilized, and now the point comes when he's going home. Now the practitioner has got two choices. He's going to go back and see what medications the patient was already taking if he was a known diabetic. And exactly if on those medications, if the patient was pretty much controlled in terms of his diabetes, the practitioner will probably be sending him on similar medications or adjusting the medications. Now, the point where SGLT2 inhibitor should be added, because we all know that this is going to help reducing cardiovascular mortality. And as soon as an ACS event comes in, the cardiologists are also bubbling to add SGLT2 inhibitors. And endocrinologists are also looking at what is the most feasible time. Now, look, when the patient is admitted in the hospital, I always believe that once the patient is admitted for an acute coronary syndrome, this is the best time to sensitize that patient for diabetes, for hypertension, for dyslipidemia, against smoking, and utilize this time to teach a lot of things to these patients. Now, once they are in the hospital, they're obviously on insulin treatment. Once they're going back home, they're most likely on their own medications or insulin or some other medications. SGLT2 inhibitors, because the patient will go without food in the hospital for some time because of angiography, should not be given in the hospital. And once he's going home, I think I read a beautiful article from Honorable Dr. Sanjay Kalra, and he said it should not be started when the patient is going home, because we should not be starting a new medication once the patient is going to go away from us for a few days' time. And to start the SGLT2 inhibitors, the best time is the first follow-up visit after an acute coronary syndrome. When he comes back, he's stabilized, whether it is coronary artery disease, whether it is heart failure. When the patient is stabilized, that is the best time, the first follow-up visit, to start the SGLT2 inhibitors. Again, it's not as simple a medication as DPP-4 to start. When we are starting SGLT2 inhibitors, we need to see whether the patient has controlled diabetes or not. If the diabetes is controlled and patient is on insulin and sulfonylureas, well, we would definitely like to reduce the dose of insulin and sulfonylurea. But if the patient has uncontrolled diabetes, obviously I would be adding SGLT2 inhibitors and not getting too much worried about reducing other medications. But at the same point, on the first follow-up visit, when we do add SGLT2 inhibitors, the cardiologist should also be on board, because we know SGLT2 inhibitor has got diuretic effect, and that patient who has heart failure will definitely be on furosemide or other medications for his heart failure. So definitely, if we are adding a medication that causes diuresis, we have to have the cardiologist on board, because you might need to reduce other medications for heart failure. So this is exactly how we go about adding this beautiful, beautiful medication, SGLT2 inhibitors, after ACS and heart failure.
Thank you. So when the patient is in control with the basic drug, then we can reduce the dose and add SGLT2 inhibitor in the first follow-up. Thank you.